अस्तु स्वागतम्। अद्य अस्माकम् अन्तिमपाठस्य अन्तिमदिनः। यथा पूर्वम् इदानीम् अपि च 3 वादने पाठम् अनुवर्तते, पाठौ अनुवर्तत। परन्तु किञ्चित् पाठ अनुवर्तनात् पूर्वं तत्पूर्वं किञ्चित् वक्तुम् इच्छामि। यद् मया इदानीं मम MA कक्षासु अपि श्रुतमस्ति, तत् प्रायः भवन्तः अपि रोचकं इति मन्यन्ते इति मत्वा अहं किञ्चित् प्रतिपादयन् अस्मि. I am just teaching a few points from what our Guruvarya has taught recently. This is more about confusion that exists sometimes in us about sentence structure. What is vibhakti and what is karaka? There is a distinction in our grammar between vibhakti and karaka. Okay. Vibhakti is just a means and the end is finally a karaka in a sentence. Okay. So we will look at that first, and let me do the prarthana. Gurur Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwarah, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambam Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. So this Karakam is a concept where that which is participating in the action. So an active participation in the action of another noun is called a karakatva. So these collection of nouns, point to the verb or are related to the verb using different definitions for that karya. Okay, so that's what is a karakam. So in our Sanskrit language, in fact, universally also that is true for all the languages that belong to this family. There is a concept called vibhakti. Okay, basically in Sanskritam we have this, the ending, the pratyaya we use, pratama vibhakti, dvitiya vibhakti, like that we go. Okay, so the same vibhakti, apparently what we see, can sometimes have a different karaka relationships, or more accurately I can say different vibhaktis can actually point to the same karakatva, the same type of intent to participate in the action. Okay, so there is a kind of a semantic sense to the karaka and actually a syntactic role of the vibhakti. Okay, so that's what is trying to be brought about. So this distinction is important to know as adults who are learning. We are not children, so this kind of technical view of it is helpful to us. Okay, so uh, so there are two types of vibhaktis that emerge because of that in our grammar. Okay. So it is not so obvious in our mother tongues or English, but it's very accurately, beautifully analyzed in Sanskritam, and everything is titled that way. So one of the type of vibhakti is what we call comes from that karaka bhava, from that direct impact on the verb. That is that karaka vibhakti we call it. When we use vibhakti in that sense, that is called karaka, because it is having a linkage to the verb in a certain way. Then there are some vibhaktis that occur in certain words just because they are used in the context of other words. Okay, we call them upapada vibhaktis. Okay, so when they sit, when one particular noun has kind of a bhava relationship with another noun rather than directly with the verb, it may have, but more dominantly it is the association with the other noun, then that's called the upapada vibhakti. So for example, a dvitiya vibhakti or a tritiya vibhakti, etc., when they occur, they can occur due to the karakatva or due to the upapada rules. Okay, because they are associated with another pada. So we will see one or two examples of that so that we can appreciate. But remember, I had also told earlier that shashti vibhakti, Dasharathasya putraha, it doesn't seem to link to the karya only. It has nothing to do with what Rama is doing or anything, but we can use Dasharathasya putraha Ramaha and then go on relate Rama to some action in whichever way we desire. But Dasharatha has no involvement in that action. It's just that we are denoting him as the son of Rama. So to some extent, you can say Shashti Vibhakti is permanently like a Upapada Vibhakti. But there are rare cases which it takes that Karakatva Bhava also. That's also there in deep end of grammar. So this distinction has been very nicely recognized by our grammarians and treated, including right from Panini era. The sutras are there relating to this bhava. Okay, so if we believe Panini's sutras are only about forming words at joining pratyayas, no. He has transcended beyond just forming good words. He has also transcended into the semantic layer. Okay, which is where the karakatva and other things come. Okay, though he doesn't try to jump too much into the vakya level, and he leaves the vakya level to for others to expose in their texts. He does have a sense of a vakya. That's where karakatva comes, because kriya and namapada link through the karakatva. Okay, in a sentence. So the basic definition of karakam is that pada. Karakam means some padam. Some padam that is a karakam. Okay, some namapadam which is a karakam is that yat kriyaya anveti, which has an anvaya, which has a link, you can say, with a kriya, with an action. Okay, so putraha vanam gacchati. Okay, so Dasharathasya putraha vanam gacchati. What is the difference here? Putraha gacchati. So we can ask kaha gacchati, who goes? Putraha gacchati, and answer putraha gacchati. So putra has a karakatva with gamana kriya, and that karakatva is of course titled as the kartru karakatva, because he is the kartru of the gamana kriya. He is the doer of the movement action. Okay. So vanam gacchati. So we can always ask kutra gacchati. So then vanam gacchati answers will come. So vanam will become the link to the gamana kriya as the target. Okay, as the we can call it as the prayojana. We call it prayojana or phala. So why does the son putra go? He goes because he needs to reach vana. So it becomes the phala. So you will see later that the kartru is called the what you call karya ashraya. So he is the doer. Okay, there are two types of senses to the verb: who is doing it and what is the result of the verb. Okay, both are represented by that gacchati. So kaha gacchati, putraha gacchati, who is the doer of the action, and what is the target of that gamana kriya? Vanam. So that takes the karma position. But those two are clearly related to the verb, because we can ask kaha gacchati and kutra gacchati. Okay. Whereas if you come to this enhanced sentence, Dasharathasya putraha vanam gacchati, whereas putraha and vanam continue to be related to gacchati, Dasharathasya cannot be linked directly to the verb at all. We cannot ask kasya gacchati. We cannot ask whose goes. We can ask who goes, we can ask where does someone go, but we cannot ask whose goes. We have to end up saying whose somebody goes. Okay, whose son goes. So we have to bring son back into the equation to include the Kriya Pada in Dasharathasya. So that means Dasharathasya doesn't have a Karaka Bhava. Though it has a Shashti Vibhakti, it is very much in the part of the sentence in the Shashti Vibhakti. It has no Karaka Bhava with Kriya Pada. Okay, we say that. That has been very nicely recognized and titled. So you can say Dasharathasya, a Shashti Vibhakti, is occurring as an Upapada Vibhakti of the fact that it resides with the Putra. Okay, it relates to the Putra. Okay, that's the first basic aspect. Then the other thing, oh, it's not moving. Huh. This six Vibhaktis belong to this Karaka Sanya. So the 6 Vibhaktis can go into Karakam mode. Okay, so the sentence here is Pita. Pita putraya hastena pita putraya koshat we can bring later. So pita putraya hastena koshat dhanam grihe dadati. You can put the grihe all the way in the beginning. Grihe pita putraya hastena koshat dhanam dadati. The father for the sake of the son, with his hand from the purse, the money at home he gives. Okay, see, almost all the in fact all the karakas have appeared here. Who is the doer? Pita. Okay, and what is the phala of the danakriya? The money. Okay, and who is the receiver? Putraya. For whose sake? So that is the putraya. Using what? Using his hand. From where? From the kosha. This is where the money separates itself from. Okay, to reach the putra. So you can even actually include putram as another karma pada also in the equation. Putram dhanam dadati also. That comes into the additional type of vibhakti that putra can take. Putraya dadati, putram eva dadati. So for the sake of the son, he gives to the son. Okay. So sake of is the putraya, to the son is putram. Both are possibly, you can actually duplicate both vibhaktis in the same sentence without any mistake. Okay, just that the sentence here doesn't include that aspect. It's obvious from putraya. So they did focus more on what is being given, dhanam is being given. Okay, so that's what we variously identify as kartru karaka, karma karaka, karana karaka, sampradana karaka, apadana karaka, adhikarana karaka. Ending is for padam 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 padam. Okay, so that's why. Okay, so 6 karakas. Adhikarana is the 7th vibhakti normally, that is grihe. Like I told, vibhakti is loosely connected. Sometimes other vibhaktis can take this adhikarana karakatva, etc. May or may not, just take it as a generic statement. Then apadana and sampradana are related to dana karya. So apadana is where the separation of that dana element is happening. Sampradana is the reason for which, or the person or the end goal for which that dana kriya is undergoing. So putraya comes under the sapradana. And karana is the instrument, very clear, hastena. And karma is the phalashraya of the kriya, which is dhana. Okay, so like this it goes. And like I told you, karma can you can also put putra in the karma karaka also position. Putram dhanam dadati. So yeah, all right. Next, no, it's not moving. This one. So that's what. So dhatvartha, dhatu or the kriyapada, core of the kriyapada takes two types of meanings. Two types of relationships, you can say. One is the phala relationship, another is the vyapara relationship. Yeah, this was the word I was looking for. Phala relationship is the karma relationship to the karma, right? Dhanam dadati, etc. But the dana kriya itself has some vyapara. What is vyapara in Sanskritam? Means the series of actions, one or more actions required to enact that dhatu. So dana kriya has a series of action. Which are the series of action? He has to take the object out of wherever it is present. Okay, he has to use his hand for that. He has to call this person, move the hand towards him and give it in his hand. Some actions like that. I'm taking a classical giving 100 rupee note in somebody's hand as the action. So those are all called vyapara. So the kartru is whoever does the vyapara. Whoever does those vyapara related to the dhatu, he is the kartru. And phala is the eventual reason for which the karya is being carried out. So Ramaha Sitam Bodhayati. Rama preaches Sita. Bodhana Vyapara is by Rama. Bodhana Phala is received by Sita. So Sita goes to karma position. That's the important thing. Okay. So Palam, for example, in Pachana Kriya, so Mata Rotikam Pachati. Something like that. Okay. So phalam is the mrudutvam of the rotika or annam, something like that. Okay. And the vyapara is the vikliptiyanukula kriya. So whatever is required to bake the roti, like establishing the chulla, putting the fire, putting a plate, heating it up, putting the roti, all acts are also indicated by pachana kriya. So when I say mata pachati, so there is the pachati extends to the entire vyapara. Okay, it is like an encompassing dhatu which includes all the sub vyapara. So then you can further use other things to describe what exactly
Hello,
she
sir.
does. Yes.
Sir, 1 minute.
Yes, madam.
But sometimes the vyapara will be hidden, no? There need not be open, like we have to
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah. Not always it's explicit physical vyapara. For example, if you are doing alochana, the vyapara is mental.
Okay.
Very correct. Good point. So then, for example, if it is a gam dhatu, going, okay. So the phalam is uttaradesha samyoga, we call it. Whatever is the eventual place that you reach due to the gamana kriya, like Ramaha shalam gachati. Shala is the uttaradesha. It is the eventual place to which the that gamana kriya will terminate in. Okay, and then vyapara is actually putting his feet up and walking or jumping and whatever he does to go to school. That are all the kriyas related to gamana. So the gamana kriya, that is Ramaha gachati, when we say, we are in one stroke using gachati, we are indicating the actual actions of the vyaparas or actions of the kartru or the doer, as well as the fact that there is a phala in it, which is in the karma, which is the shala. Okay, so that aspect has been brought out beautifully in grammar, this thing, saying one is palashraya and another is vyaparashraya. Palashrayah karmapade, vyaparashrayah kartrupade cha vartate evam. Okay, then so that's what karta is vyaparashrayah. Okay, pachakena pachyate, balakena gamyate, vrikshena vardyate. See, vibhakti is not critical. Pachaka is still the karta because the pachana kriya. So go down to the semantics. That he is also an instrument is indicated because it's a karmani mode, etc. So he is the instrument of the kriya, pachana kriya, and in fact his name also is derived from the fact that he cooks. Incidentally, pachakena pachyate, but he is the karta here. So he is in the kartrukaraka. Pachakena, though it is in tritiya vibhakti, is actually a kartrukaraka pada. Okay, so pachyate like that. And similarly, balakena gamyate. Deliberately, our Guruvarya has switched to karmani mode to indicate, please don't confuse with vibhakti of karta. Please look for who is the action, who is the vyapara ashraya. So think of vyapara ashraya of a kriya, then you will know what is happening. Okay, don't worry too much about the vibhakti. Look for the vyapara ashraya, look for the palashraya, look at the dhatu, then you will know what is vyapara ashraya, what is palashraya. Then virikshena vardyate, etc. like this. Okay. So the definition, sutra definition of Panini for karta is swatantraha karta. So he acts on his own. That means he's the one carrying out the vyapara like that. Okay. So of course the sutram itself is very tiny. The Bhashyakaras will put a page to explain us all these aspects, vyapara, shreya, such things, titles for us. Okay. So one more. Karma is palashraya, like I told. Okay. So pachaka tandulam pachati. So tandula is palashraya, the eventual result. So balakaha gramam gachati, eventual result. So here the sutra of Panini is, kartu ripsitamamam karma. He links it with kartu. So the kartu or the doer's most desired result is karma. That's what he is trying to define. Okay. So not all intermediate things. For example, you cannot say pachakaha dhanyam pachati, something like that. Better to use the eventual result as the karma pada, which is the aspect that's being brought out. Ipsitatamam. Okay. Yeah. For example, if he is going to grama, but he is going to a bus to go to a grama, okay, you cannot say balakaha yanam gachati. You have to say balakaha gramam gachati. You have to put yana as the yanena, using him as a karana karaka. Don't confuse, just because he entered the yana, the gamana kriya stops there. Ipsitamam gramam. Ipsitatamam gramam. So yanena gramam gachati is the better one. Okay. Then similarly, like that, it goes on to describe. So what I would like to tell you guys is, when we continue this journey, you start appreciating how much our ancient grammarians worked on this language aspect. For example, in this sutra, the sutra of Panini is akatitam cha. That's all, and the Bhashyakaras and the Vartikakaras explain that all these dhatus, there are lots of some 10-12 dhatus. Okay, for these dhatus and dhatus with very close by similar meaning, when you use them, you can actually bring the apadana, whatever is the apadana karaka into dvitiya vibhakti. So these are the ones we call them as dvikarmaka. Like, we say, for example, patikaha chatram margam prichati. So the guy who is going on the road, a student, the road, he asks the way. Actually, here margam is the way. Okay. So to a student, the way he inquires or asks. So that means both chatra and marga are in karma position, but here that is because this dhatu has a dvikarmakatva. Okay, and prich dhatu, yach dhatu, etc., where whatever is the apadana. Apadana is what? From something where the information separates, because chatra is going to tell the directions for the marga. No? So the information separates from the chatra, but in dvikarmaka dhatus, we can actually place them in karma position in Sanskritam. Like this, they teach us how to build sentences for these kind of things, etc. So it's very interesting. I found it enthralling that, so much thought had gone into why these dhatus shall be dvikarmaka. They have thought, similar dhatu, another type cannot be dvikarmaka, only these dhatus, because the sense of this dhatu brings in that aspect in the language which is not there in another dhatu, etc. So they thought deeply in those directions. Anyway, so that's all I wanted to go into this part of the lesson. Don't worry too much about the sutras, but learning is there. So for example, one of them we will take. Patikaha chatrena margam prichati. So the traveler with the chatra as the instrument. Chatrena. From the chatra we can say in English, but with the chatra as the instrument, we can literally translate. The way as the karma, he asks. Okay. So Hindi mein yatri ne छात्र से मार्ग पूछता है. छात्र से is like a karana, na? So it's a way we can ask it. But in Sanskritam, we can also say patikaha chatram margam prichati. Okay, we cannot do that in other languages so easily, because Sanskrit grammar defines ways of doing such things. Okay, so chatrena, though he is actually the instrument of giving the directions, as used on the left side, belongs to the karma position here without change of sense too much. Similarly, chatrat margam prichati is also correct way to build, right? From the chatra margam prichati, more in the original apadana kriya, right? So, but you can also mean chatram margam prichati. So you can switch from karana apadana back to karma position to give the same karakatva to the chatra. Okay. Anyway, so let us move out of this, and I'll stop this share and share the other one. Just stand by. Okay, I think I've shared it now. Most weird interface. Okay. Okay. Can anyone confirm that you're able to see what's on the screen?
Yes, sir, I can see.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So we stopped off here yesterday. So let's continue from this point. Okay. So we are having a samasya. This one, trust me, this is from another era, etc. So don't read too much into the dharmic aspects of what is being said here. Okay, the interpretation. I will also try to interpret it with the modern dharma, okay, of how we live today, and give you a different explanation, because that there is an opening for giving a better explanation that applies to today without demeaning anything. Okay, so I'm just alerting you, so don't jump on me. Okay, पानीयं पातुमिच्छामि त्वत्तः कमललोचने यदि दास्यसि नेच्छामि नो दास्यसि पिबाम्यहम्. So using the normal word break that we have learned so far. So paniyam, so something that is to be drunk. So obviously water, perhaps. Patum ichami, to drink I desire. Okay. So aham is implicit there. Tvattaha, from you, from you. Okay. Kamala lochane, hey, you girl with the eyes of a beautiful lotus. Okay, beautiful lotus-eyed girl. Okay, Kamala lochane is a kind of a descriptive addressing of a girl. Okay, so I would desire to drink water from you. No, it doesn't say from you here. Patumichami, I desire to drink water. Tvattaha, from you, Kamala lochane. So here it definitely points to. Then the third sentence goes like this. Yadi, in case, dasyasi, if you give, see, asi form, definitely Madhyama Purusha. Just give me a second. नमस्ते शान्तिवर्ये, धन्यवादाः. मम कक्ष्या चलदस्ति. I will call you. I am in a class. Thank you very much. हाँ, तो यदि दास्यसि नेच्छामि, नेच्छामि breaks down to na ichchami, नेच्छामि. Simple, straightforward. Okay, but that is what we call the guna, right? Yadi dasyasi na ichchami. If you give, I don't like, right? So funny contradiction to the previous leg. He clearly initially stated, I would like to drink water from you, hey Kamala Lochane, but if you give, I don't like. Very funny. So let us see. No dasyasi pibamyaham. Okay. So naha, no is like what you call visarga sandhi, utva of visarga. So no, naha dasyasi pibamyaham. So us. Okay, suddenly he has brought in other people along with him. No more the aham, it is vayam. So naha dasyasi pibamyaham. If you give us, I will drink. So it is full of contradiction. First he says, I would like to drink water from you, totta from you. Then it says, if you give, I don't like. Then he says, if you give us all, I will drink. So all kinds of mixture is there, contradiction of meaning is there. What's happening? Did we make it? Mala Radhan call ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯಾ? So there is a mixture of confusion there. So that's what he has said. Hey, oh,
sir,
lotus
in the last sentence, hello, sir. No dasyasi pibamyam means even if you do not give, I will drink.
No. Actually, the no, they have taken it as if it means na. Okay.
Yeah, na dasyasi. If you don't give also, I will drink. Like
but
that,
no can never be taken in the written form as na, because there is no sandhi process possible to go from na to no.
Oh.
Right. So I don't know why they took it as I shall drink if you do not. Okay. No cannot be taken as na dasyasi. Okay, so I also was not very appreciative of why they said you do not for this no dasyasi. I only can interpret always as naha dasyasi. If you give us all, I will drink, like that. So I took it as still it is contradictory, because first he says I want, then he says I don't want, then he says I want, like that, which is total left and right kind of movement from his mouth. So I don't have too much problem that they interpreted differently and I interpret differently. Still, I get even I have a samasya, even with my correct interpretation, naha dasyasi instead of na dasyasi. Somehow they have taken it as na dasyasi. I don't know what is the kind of sandhi from which they went from no to na, or whether no is also available as a special avyaya for na. Only in English I know it is available, so I don't know in Sanskritam. Okay. So let us open up. So this one is the correct process. Okay. Yadi dasyasi has to be here. There is a sandhi vibhajana to be done. Okay. For the first set. So yadi dasi asi is the break if you do. If you are a slave girl, dasi being a slave girl or a servant girl, some sense like that. Okay, yadi dasi asi, tvam tarhi is adhyaharana. If you are a dasi, tvam tarhi, then na ichchami, ne ichchami, na ichchami. Okay. Now, this third leg, broken like this, they have interpreted according to that Kala's behavior, etc. Okay. If you are a slave girl, they have not tried to further explain that part. Okay. But what it would mean is, if you are a slave girl, I don't like. Okay. So this can be taken as two different meaning, right? It can be taken to mean, if you are a slave girl, I don't desire to drink water from you. Or it can be taken to mean, which is what I would take the meaning today as, I don't like the fact that if you are a slave girl, I don't like that fact. Huh? That may be one. Okay. It's sad that you are a slave girl. Okay. If you are a slave girl, I don't like that aspect that you're a slave girl, like that. Okay. You seem to be capable of much better destiny, something like that. Okay. Anyway, the last one, naha. Okay. So instead of na, which they interpreted, naha, which is the correct only possible interpretation in my mind at least, yadi naha asman, okay, the jalam dasyasi, tarhi tat pibami aham, tat jalam pibami aham is the implication for the last one. In this case, there is no contradiction because the third phrase is more about expressing the anichata of her dasi status. Okay. Not the anichata of the water in today's world, but it can, in the olden world, you can take it in that meaning. Will not go there much and worry about it. Okay. Obviously, that is something that was there of those times. Okay. So, paniyam patumichami tvattah kamalalochane yadi dasi asi na ichchami नह दास्यसि पिबाम्यहम यदि नह दास्यसि तर्हि पिबाम्यहम, like that. So अतः jalam dasyasi has to be taken. Okay. So this is all. So remember that the contradiction is because in the third leg, in the dasyasi, we have to do the vibhajana not as one single word as the dasyasi as a kriyapada, but break it as a dasi asi as a separation kriyapada and dasi as a namapada. So then it will become perfect. At least there is no grammatical error. Okay. So that's what I hear. I don't like it in bracket about that you are a slave girl, rather than put the implication of don't desire to drink water from the hand of a slave girl, which seems to be the other interpretation. Okay. Any questions?
Sir, if you could please explain the word tvattah.
Please explain.
Tvaya. Mattaha tvattaha is a form available, right? So mattaha from me, ramataha, grihataha. You remember the did you attend the Dashadina Shibira of Sanskrit Bharati?
No, sir.
No. Okay. No problem. There is a technique of attaching taha to simply say from. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So you can say gramataha, grihataha. That is not a vibhakti prayoga. It is some kind of a samyojana. You can call it as a samastapada construction type of thing. Okay. So the taha pratyaya, which is kind of a little bit outside of the vibhakti pratyayas, can be added to mean from. Okay. So
yeah, understood.
tvat, tvattaha. Tvat is part of the vibhakti table. Tvattaha is the top addition of taha to the tvat. So mat is actually tvat already is enough. Notice tvat is from you. Tvattaha is like a double emphasis. Okay, that's all.
Yeah.
Sir, can you please explain the last line? No dasyasi pibamyaham. So what kind of interpretation is this actually?
There is no, I am not changing the interpretation of that at all. No is naha, us, dasyasi if you give. So dasyasi remains as one single kriyapada, dasyasi. Okay, tvam dasyasi. Okay, madhyama purusha ekavachana. Pibamyaham, I will drink. So if you give us water, I will drink. Us is taken in the sense of there is a collective set of people moving with him, and he is talking about all of us. Yeah.
Sir, one more question.
Naha dasyasi if you don't give, right?
Na dasyasi if you take. If you interpret that na dasyasi, then it is no. Naha is always the means us.
Acha. Tvam you
Aham shabda if you
okay,
run.
aham. Okay.
That is called
Sir,
asmad. The shabda, the
third
pratipadika.
sentence.
The
Hello?
pratipadika of the shabda is called asmad. Hold on. The pratipadika of the naha is asmad. So aham, avam, vayam, that one.
Yeah.
Somebody else had a question.
Yeah, so in the third line, it is split into dasi, asi.
Correct.
The fourth line, it is taking that dhatu rupa, is it? Dasyasi.
Correct. Complete dasyasi as one single kriya pada. Correct. Because there is no benefit of breaking that as dasiyasi. Because
No, I thought if you're not a dasi, if you're not a dasi like that, I thought.
Actually, that is why my interpretation is better. Naha dasyasi pibamyaham is better, no? Culturally.
So
do you agree? See.
Not a circle. Naha dasi asi.
See, look here. Look, Sanskrit Bharati put no dasi asi as the last leg break. I beg to differ with them because I don't know of this no as na. Okay. So I continue to take that as naha, us, and dasyasi as the form in the fourth leg. I don't have a contradiction enough to break the contradiction of dasyasi in the third sentence, which is standing out. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Now look. I am going little bit beyond the book here. Okay.
Okay.
You can stay with the book in your answer. It's as you desire. I forcibly felt to correct the situation of what this is. I forcibly came with a better interpretation where it's enough to break the dasyasi in the third leg and not touch it in the fourth leg. I desire that much better. Okay, but they have shown it as the fourth leg.
Sir, this naha, can you explain again, sir? Mohdaya? This naha.
Dasyasi meaning, second one dasyasi meaning?
Okay, let me explain both positions because I think my culturally corrected interpretation has caused confusion in your minds. Okay, so let me just spend 2 more minutes on this. Just listen slowly, please. Okay. Don't break into me. Paniyam patumichami tvattaha kamalalochane. No contradiction for any of us. I would desire to drink water from you, hey you kamalalochana. Okay, no confusion for any of us. Now, the second two sentences, there are two ways we can look at dasyasi in both the places. You can look at dasyasi in the third leg as dasiyasi or dasyasi. You can also similarly break the dasyasi in the fourth leg as dasiyasi and dasyasi. Okay. So I choose to do the break of dasiyasi in the third leg. Okay, not in the fourth leg. I choose, my choice as the as the reader is to please stand by Rajaraman Varya. My desire is to break the dasyasi in the third leg as dasiyasi and interpret that to mean if you are a slave girl, I don't like it. The fact that you are a slave girl is not liked by me. It is sad that you Kamalalochana, who are capable of much better destiny in your life, are a dasi to someone. Okay, so that is the interpretation I took for the third leg. Now Sanskrit Bharati is not trying to touch that phrase. Okay, so yadi dasyasi nechami, Sanskrit Bharati interpreted as dasyasi only if you give sense only. In case you give I don't like, they interpret it. Okay, so first the guy says I would like to desire water from you, hey Kamalalochane. Then he says if you give I don't like. So that clearly is a contradiction. So they broke there in the third leg. They didn't break there in the third leg. They left that. Okay. Here they broke it. Na dasi asi pibamyaham. If you are not a slave girl, then I will drink, like that. Okay. So I find it culturally offensive to take that meaning. So I put the na ichchami to the fact that she is a slave girl, and dasyasi to the naha dasyasi if you give us, because no I can interpret as naha. Nowhere Samskrita Bharati has touched no and made it naha, which is how we have always understood. Okay, that's the contradiction. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hello, sir. No has not been changed, but the meaning has been taken as naha only. No.
Correct. No.
Not as
No. Where there is naha there. See, no
No, in
dasyasi.
the
See,
if you are not a slave girl, then
not is the meaning of no. No, nothing else in that phrase conveys not, only no. So then no is interpreted as na by them.
Na.
I don't know why. I don't know why. I have never seen any sentence where no is na. Okay.
Okay.
Sir, no, this dasyasi second, you have split the third one and fourth line you are not split.
I have not split.
If you don't split, what is the meaning of that verb I am asking? Dasyasi.
Tvam dasyasi. Tvam is implicit in dasyasi, madhyama purusha. You will give. You will give. Tvam dasyasi. Aham.
Dattam ka ye ho gaya.
Dasyasi is in future tense. Okay. Aham dasyami, I will give. Saha dasyati, he will give. Tvam dasyasi, you will give. Okay.
I now understood. Thank you.
Okay. Look, guys, I felt strongly I should break it like this and give a better interpretation. But you guys can stick to. But anyway, what they are looking for is this dasi asi. I don't think they are inspecting very deeply what you are writing. So dasi asi is what they are looking for. And I am also using dasi asi technique only for my solution. But except I did it in the third leg, not in the fourth leg. Okay. But look carefully in the block. Nowhere it says which dasyasi they split. They leave it open. Because all this is my blue text and all this gray text is all my stuff.
They have broken in both the lines actually.
Did they say that explicitly?
No, that's what my interpretation.
Right. Because they didn't mention you applied it in both places. But yes, since the Vivaksha is with us, we have the freedom. We can still say even within their answer, I can take my meaning also. But unfortunately here, if you are not a slave girl, no, they indicated. So only the fourth leg is implied by them. Because of that reason.
If you are not a slave, I will drink. I will drink. If you are a slave girl, I don't want. But if you are not a slave girl, I will
that has that cultural problem. Correct.
Yes.
Correct. Okay, we have understood each other, so we'll move forward. Let our Kamala Lochana be Kamala Lochana. Poor girl. Okay. So Subhashitam. Gunayante doshaha sujanavadane durjanamuke guna doshayante tadidamapi no vismaya padam. See, again no comes. Mahamegah ksharam phibati kurute vari madhuram phani kshiram pitva vamati garalam dussahataram. Okay, slowly we will look at this. Gunayante doshaha sujanavadane durjanamukhe. Okay, so let us break first and then see the finishings. Gunaha visarga lopa. Gunaha doshayante tad idamapi naha vismaya padam. Okay, so this much we will interpret now. Gunayante doshaha sujana vadane is one portion there. Okay, doshaha, mistakes, what are apparently incorrect things. Gunayante are apparently made to become things of goodness. Okay, mistakes in the mouth of sujanas, also seem to become actually some kind of a useful thing. gunayante. They become gunavan. Okay, dosha becomes gunavan instead of aguna. Okay, so it seems like sujanas have the ability to convert even mistakes into useful things. Okay, fine. We can see the depth of that statement. Now the second corollary part of that is durjana mukhe gunaha doshayante. In the mouth of a durjana, even good things will become doshas. He has this uncanny ability to take something extremely brilliant and make it look like some horrible thing. Okay, so durjana mukhe gunaha api doshayante. Api, I am just extending myself. Doshayante. So he has the reverse kriya. He has the reverse capability of making even good things into bad things. Okay, so the sujana has the capability to take what are apparently bad things and make them, useful. Describe them in a useful manner, make them meaningful. Whereas even meaningful things becomes meaningless in the mouth of a durjana. Tad idam api naha vismaya padam. That it is so is a surprise for us. Okay. So let us take how they have taken the na. So they have again taken na meaning here for no. Okay. This I have to really deeply look. So I take it as not, they have taken it as that and this are not strange. That these conversions are happening in Sujanamukha and Durjanamukha are not strange. They have taken the na. But if I take it as naha, so tat idam api naha vismaya padam, I can say, oh, this indeed is a surprise for us that, two different people do this complete reversals. It's a vismaya. It's a that I can put an apostrophe here and take that hey, for us this is such a surprise, like that. Okay, so they have taken it as, oh, it is not such a surprise after all that these things happen. Okay, so both meanings can be taken. I can take naha or na. Again they have taken na here. So interesting. Mahamegah ksharam pibati kurute vari maduram. The big cloud, the black cloud. Amitvarya, you have something to say? Okay. So the Mahamegah, the big black cloud, ksharam pibati, it takes the salt water from the sea. See how ksharam actually is salty water, something that is very brackish, salty water. It drinks that, and then kurute vari maduram. It creates water that is sweet. Okay, so it's like a sajjana. So the Mahamegha is like a sajjana. It takes the salty sea water and gives us sweet water. Okay, Phani, the snake, this guy, Kshiram Pitva. This is completely imaginary, of course. According to our Purana, we think it drinks milk. But anyway, Pani Kshiram Pitva Vamati Garalam Dussahataram. Despite drinking sweet milk, it vomits. Vamana is vomit. It vomits deep poison, which is dukkha sahataram, which is, brings despair to us. Okay, so this is the simile given for the Sujana and Durjana. Okay, so
sir, one thing I noticed is with this naha, perhaps the naha with other vowels could result into no term. One example of that is the term manohara. So there the sandhi is mana plus hara. It becomes manohara.
Manahara, manohara. But it's not from na. Mana is mana. Oh, you mean how the okara got generated with mana is the question, is it?
Yeah.
That I have to see. Why is there another hidden pratyaya there on top of the hara, which is creating mano? Yeah.
Mano java.
Athva manaha harati, manoharati, manohara, something like that. Manaha is also there, no? Whether it is like that is a question. Some samasa padas, you will see that the vibhakti tail doesn't disappear for the first word for some types of samasa. So I don't know whether manohara is actually manaha hara manohara.
There are similar words like manojavam, like manoveg, manovegam. So
mana seems to keep its visarga as a okara.
no, there
I
is no
don't think
visarga
it is
there.
from. It is due to. I am at a loss. See, visarga can go to o, but nothing cannot. Akara cannot go to okara. Just like that.
No, here in the mana, the word is not mana for sure because the root word is manas.
But in with the vibhakti, manaha is the possibility.
Oh.
Right. So
Yes.
there are some samastapadas where the vibhakti stays. They're like special samastapadas. Okay.
Yeah.
There
Okay.
are some grammar rules where that is allowed. So we have to look into the Manohara. We can look into some Kalpadruma or something to see what they say. They try to give the Vyutpatti and we can see what is happening. It's an interesting point. What you make, I understand where you're coming from. You're trying to argue how na could become no. I saw the point.
Yeah, but yeah, I could not resolve it. Thank you.
But again, at the same time, manas is the pratipadika. Then why it is not manashara, something like that? Also, question comes, right? So there are some prakriyas happening even if you take it as manas as the pratipadika. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So I think we got this Subhashitam more or less without much contradiction about whether we interpret this as no or na, naha or na. Still we can explain the Subhashita, whether our Vismaya, whether it is there or not there, the Subhashita doesn't change much. It seems to be more about Sujana, how they take poison and convert it to Amrita, and how Durjanas take Amrita and convert it to poison. That's what this is about. And giving the example of Mahamega and Phani. Phani is that which has a hood. It's the title for that which has a hood is Phani. Like, okay.
So how do you break up that last word? Duha sahataram.
We just keep it that way. Okay. Dussahataram. There is a visarga in the middle as part of the word. Okay. Dussahana means difficult to withstand. Sahana means to withstand, no? Sahana. So dussahana means difficult to withstand. Dukkha will happen to us if we try to withstand like that. Same thing that generates dukkha is that same dhu.
So how does it change to dussahataram?
It's just a joint word.
It is a samasta pada with the visarga right in the middle. That there is the sahana related dhatu, the sahate, that sah dhatu, whatever is the dhatu form of that is there in that. And there is a tarap taram, like that. There are two types of tails to indicate extremeness. Okay. Dussahataram means extremely in not able to withstand, that sense. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I just mute because some noise is still coming. Yeah. So let me move forward. So the second Subhashita is this one. Vanepi simha mrigamamsa bakshino bhubukshita naiva trunam charanti evam kulina vyasanabhibhuta nanicha karmani samacharanti. When we reviewed the question paper of February 2020, we did this. So there is not much need to repeat the whole exercise. So very quickly I'll give the meaning. Vane api, that I have shown here. Vane api simhaha visargalopa mriga mamsa bakshinaha. So I have done the hyphenation to show the different pratipadikas in that samastapada. Mrigasya mamsasya bakshinaha. So of the animal, the meat, they are eaters. Okay. Bubukshitaha. When they are bubukshita, when they are having hunger, na eva trinam charanti. Indeed, even when they are deeply hungry, they don't eat grass. Evam, like this, kulinaha, kshamita, not kulinaha, those of a superior metal, those who are of a superior ability, vyasanabhibhutaha, when they are filled with difficulty. Vyasana means some kind of a difficulty, adversity, like that. Okay, abhibhutaha, filled with or have encompassed in. Na nicha karmani, no inferior works. Samacharanti, they enact. Okay, despite adversity, they don't descend into very basic horrible ways of trying to survive. Okay, they maintain their dignity. That's what it's okay. So when like for example if somebody wants to pick a fight with you, comes with some kshullaka reason, you don't argue with them and try to get into that fight, right? So you kind of at that tactfully you avoid the confrontation and maintain your dignity. Okay, so it can be as silly as that. It doesn't always have to mean something like dying from hunger. It can be as mostly in life we face such silly situations where people try to drag us into the muck, so we should try to stay away from it. That's the what you call bodha here. That is the preaching here. Okay, so you don't have to take it in a very deep sense. Even in a very light sense there is a lot of bodha there. Okay, so let's move on. Pada sangraha for the day. So today we have the kship dhatu, to throw. So kshepanam. Then that is the infinitive form. Of course, that's not one of the things to say. And then khan, to dig. Okay, khan, khanati, this digging action. Khanana. Khanana is the infinitive form. Okay, or khananam. Khel, to play. You know that very well. Then gad. This is not. Till this was why Kshipati, Khanati, Khelati, some familiarity is there. So, but Gad is something that is not at all common. See, there is Gadati, Gadyate, Gadishyati, Gaditavyam. So, this takes some time because this is not a dhatu that is very commonly there. We don't use it much in our mother tongues. It's not translating to our mother tongues. So, it's not there. Then Garj is very well known to us. Garj is to roar. Okay. So one new thing, others are reasonably familiar to us. But anyway, very quickly, maybe one of you can lead us to read this thing. V. Raghunathan Varya. V. Raghunathan Varya.
Yes, sir.
Just first two dhatu forms slowly read for us. Sir.
Chip, to throw. Chipati, chipyate, chepsyati. Chetavyam, chepaniyam. Chiptaha, chipta, chiptam. Chiptavan, chiptavati. Chipan, chipanti. Chipati, chipva. Nichipya, cheptum.
Okay, just a pause, just a minute. So here you look, Kshipanti, Kshipati, it is not Napumsakalinga form. Remember, they are only giving Pullinga and Strilinga forms. So Kshipati is another Strilinga form possible. There are two options. They should have put a slash there. So Kshipan, Kshipanti, Kshipati. Okay, so somebody who is making something fall and doing something else. We don't know what else he's doing. For example, Esha Balika, Hima Kandukam Kshipanti Dhavati. Okay, or Kshipati Dhavati. I can use it for this picture itself. Okay, Balika Hima Kandukam Kshipati Dhavati. Like that. Okay, while throwing, she is running like that, which is happening actually. The scene is perfect for that. Okay, other things you guys, yeah.
Nikshipya
is with an upasarga, having made something fall down, having thrown down. Okay. Okay. Aham dhanam petikayam nikshipya gachami. I will put the money in the box and go. Or throw it down in the box and go, something like that. Kshepana doesn't always need to mean throwing. It can mean to keep also in a sense. But the original sense is throw. Okay. The first intent is some kind of forcefulness in keeping something. But the second intent can be just keeping. Okay. Yeah.
Next. Kan, to dig. Kanati, kanyate.
One moment, sir. Little bit more hakara has to come. Mahaprana. Okay.
Kanyate, kanyati, kanyate, kanyate, kanyate. There are two words. These things are there. Kanyate, kanyate.
No, khayate, khayate.
Acha, kayate. Correct. Kayate. Right. Kanishyati, kanitavyam, kananiyam, kataha, kata, katam, khatavan, khatavati, kananti, kanitva, kantva, utkatya, kanitum.
Okay. Just I will read this set once, just so that we get the pronunciation right, and don't confuse this with the khana kriya of Hindi. Okay, easy to confuse this khan with the khana of Hindi or Urdu, from where it has come. Okay, this is the Sanskritam khan, which is to dig. Okay, so khanati, khanyate, khayate, khanishyati, khanitavyam, khananiyam, khatah, khata, khatam. Three lingas. Khatavan, khatavati, khanan, khananti. Pullinga and strilinga, shatru. Khanitva, having dug. Khatva, alternative for khanitva. Okay, so there are two types of twantas possible. Khanitva, khatva. Khanitva comes more easily to the mouth, having dug. Then utkhaya. Okay, that means this one is having dug up. For example, if there is a nidhi, that you are digging up, then utkaya is more applicable. You cannot use it for digging a grave. Sorry. That is a bad example, but that is what is happening a lot in the world in these sad times. But anyway, so if there is a nidhi inside and then you are trying to dig it up, then utkaya is nice one to use. Okay.
Sir, like planting a tree or plant also we will use utkaya vriksham.
Because you are taking out the mud temporarily to put it back after putting the tree. Correct. In that sense, yeah. Having like lifting the mud up is the sense there is not some nidhi, but some mud you are lifting up. Right. Yes, correct. You can use it in that sense also. Utkaya in the sense of just bringing the mud up. Yeah. To dig up. We also use the same way in English also we use up in that sense. To dig up. It doesn't mean even if it is a grave, it is digging up a grave only. It's not digging down a grave, sadly. Anyway.
So in Sanskrit also we use it as a metaphor somewhere, simile or metaphor kind of, to dig up some secrets like that.
Perhaps you can use it in that in that sense. Yes. Yeah. Thank you very much, Raghunathan Varya. Who was the one who was asking me the questions? Lalita ji. Lalita, your turn.
Okay. Next two.
Next three.
Khel. Khel, to play. Khelati, khelyate, khelishyati, khelitavyam, khelaniyam, khelitah, khelita, khelitam, khelitavan, khelitavati, khelan, khelanti, khelitva, prakhelya, khelitum.
Prakelya is having properly played, that sense. That's the Lyabanta because of pra upasarga. But the meaning of pra is having properly played, something like that.
Okay.
Very good.
Gad, to tell. Gadati, gadyate, gadishyati, gaditavyam, gadaniyam, gaditah, gadita, gaditam, gaditavan, gaditavati, gadan, gadanti, gaditva, nigadya, gaditum.
Actually, one point about this gad, I don't know whether the Samskrita word gadya for a type of text. Whether 1 minute, just let me just check the spelling and come back on that, because I don't want to commit a wrong mistake here. 1 second. Gadya. Oh, website is not working. Gadya. Gadya. Prose. Yeah, correct. So, Gadyam, we call it Padyam and Gadyam, no? So, Padyam means one with padas and Gadyam is one with tellings. You see how that got generated? So, Gad, it is from the same Gad Dhatu. And that's, so Gadyam is also there from that. Something that is telling something. So that there is a story, we call it Gadyam.
It's a
If it is not
proverb
having prose,
kind of
prose.
thing. Proverb.
Huh? Prose. Yeah.
Proverb.
Prose means Gadyam. Yeah. So Bhagini did the reading of this, and last one, Bhagini.
Garja, yeah. Garj, to roar. Garjati, garjate, garjishyati. Garjitavyam, garjaniyam. Garjitah, garjita, garjitam. Garjitavan, garjitavati. Garjan, garjanti. Garjitva, sangarjya. Garjitum.
Again, Sangarjya means properly having roared, like that. Huh? Proper. Some is adding that sense of properness. Okay, in that sense. Very good. So I think I don't need to go into meanings of each form. I have done it so many times. It's probably internalized in your minds. Yeah. What's the question?
So both and Sangarjya and Prakhelya both give the meaning of
Actually, pra is more like towards. Okay, and some is more like samyak. Okay, prati gacchati, pratyagacchati. Prati sense is there a little bit in that pra. Okay, so towards, like that. Okay, but in that, with that dhatu, it almost regenerates the sense of properly. That's why I said properly. Okay, like I said, the upasarga meanings are little loose. Okay, you have to. Somebody had a question?
No, I have a question.
No, Meenakshi. Okay, Meenakshi, what is the question?
I asked if I add upasarga ni.
Nikhelya.
What is ni?
Ni normally means below. Ni normally means below. Okay, nirgachati, for example, doesn't mean goes below, it means goes away. So ni is like bringing the opposite sense. Okay, some direction it is giving. Generally it is a downward direction, but nirgache it is away direction. Okay, so nipatana, patana, nipatana, so is falling down sense is there in that. Okay, nikshipya, for example, in nikshipya it is like throwing down. Okay. Yeah.
Sir,
you can also take it in throwing away sense also. Yeah. Yeah. So Rajaraman sir, what is the question? Yeah, Papiyaji, just hold. Rajaraman sir.
Sir, Gadya, Padya, you said Gadya is prose, Padya is with Pada is poem. Then what is Kavyam?
Kavi. Kavyam is another. It's any significant writing, whether it is in Gadya or Padya form, is called Kavyam.
It has nothing
For
to
example,
do with
Ramayana is a Kavyam, Mahabharata is a Kavyam, Raghuvamsha is a Kavyam. Whether it is in verse or prose, we still call it Kavyam.
So Kavyam is not actually poetry, basically.
Not directly, it does not mean poetry alone. It means poetry and prose. Yeah.
Padya is poetry and Gadya is prose, and Kavyam can be either in prose form or in poetry form.
Correct. Perfect.
Thank you, sir. Very nice.
But in a loka sense, Rajaraman Varya, you can take kavya to generally mean verse.
Poetry.
Okay. Yeah, generally. Because that seems to be the larger meaning, but it includes prose. Yeah.
Sir, is it narrating some stories, some big stories, kavya, in poetic form or prose form?
That is Mahakavya. If it is a great story, then we call it Mahakavya. Kavya can be some even 10 verses is a Kavya.
Okay.
Yeah. Any set of verses. In fact, there are some great single, even a Subhashita is like a Kavya. One single Subhashita, you can call it a Muktaka Kavya. Yeah.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Please.
Sir, if Ni Upasarga is for bringing down, this Nigadya means some criticizing effect will be there. Gad to tell. So Nigadya.
You can take that sense. I don't know if such a thing is intended here. This yeah, Gaditva is clearly having told. Nigadya means having told away, having told down. Some sense like that comes. So I'm not sure. It is because somebody is sitting below and you are sitting in a chair and you are telling whether it is simply that what we call that Upanishad. Okay. Upanishad is also because it is somebody sitting down and you're telling, right? So that sense, whether it is what I mean is, you are not talking down somebody, but you are talking to somebody who is sitting down. Huge difference. In English, talking down means flaying. Na? It is not like flaying. I would not take the meaning of Nigadya as flaying. I would take the meaning of Nigadya as, preaching or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Like Upanishad uses the same ni. Okay. Good. Lot of use.
Question.
Oh, Papia ji, sorry. How can I forget you? You have been asking. Please ask.
No, I just wanted to ask you about the sentence you had made up. That Balika him kandukam shipati dhavati.
Shipanti dhavati or Kshipati dhavati.
Shipati dhavati. So that him kandukam, it will be himam kandukam or him kandukam. I just wanted to know.
It's neither him kandukam. It is just hima kandukam. There is no halanta makara. There is a full makara with a akara. Hima kandukam.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to know that. Okay, thank you.
हिंदी में जो आपका क्या होता है ना, हिंदी पढ़ के बीच में आप हलंत उच्चारण कर देते. हिमा कंदुकम समान रीतिया हिंदी में भी लिखते हैं, लेकिन हिंदी में हिम कंदुकम पढ़ते हैं हम लोग. संस्कृत में हिमा कंदुकम इति पढ़ते हैं. ठीक है.
And it's one word. Hima kandukam is one word.
It's a samastapada. It's like a simple construction of hima and kanduka.
Okay.
So himat kritam kandukam hima kandukam. The kandukam made from hima is hima kanduka, like that. Snowball. Same technique used in English. Yeah.
Correct. I just was very fascinated.
Ball made with snowball. In fact, in English, I don't know what they call such things. Compound words, I think. So in Samskrita, there is a extremely well defined grammar for such words. Okay. So in Sanskritam, we recognize classes of such words called this samasa, that samasa, like, tat purusha samasa, bhrigu samasa, avyaya samasa, avyayi bhava samasa, like this, bahuvrihi samasa, like that. Very technically, beautifully classified it is, and then explained. Yeah. And for each such samasa, there is supposed to be a definition vakya. So, for example, hima kandukam, maybe himat kritam kandukam, something like that, and it is belonging to some particular samasa type, like that. Okay.
Thank you.
Kavya Katha. So, Senni Subbuvarya. Senni Subbu. Sorry, Senni Varye. Always I confuse you as Varya.
That's the Subbu name.
So yeah, it leads me off to think that way. So Senni Varye, please read some lines. I will tell you where you can take rest. Start from all the way beginning. Yeah.
Amatyaha.
No. Kavya Katha Raghuvamshasya Avanatihi. So let's explain that much first and then you start. Raghuvamshasya Avanatihi. Sadly, in the 10th lesson, as we conclude this beautiful story of Raghuvamsha in short form, we have come to the Avanati part. Every great race has an end. That's what we have seen. So this reign, actually not use the word race, the reign. Yeah. So the reign of Raghu kings, okay, also has its end. And that Avanati is being talked about now. So the whole Raghuvamsha concludes and the conclusion, the decline. Avanati is the decline of the Raghuvamsha. Okay, start off, madam.
Yes, Amatyaha Ati Timaharajya Jasya Pattabhishekam Kritavantaha.
So the ministers, every sentence just take a pause so that I can explain off the meaning. The ministers of the Atiti Maharaja. Who Atiti was the son of Lava and not Indumati, Kumudvati, yeah.
Kumudvati.
Kusha and Kumudvati, correct. Not Lava. I'm also making all types of mistakes. We have to remember the lineage very correctly. You guys make a map. Okay. So Atiti Maharaja's Pattabhisheka they did. Okay, because sadly, we know Kusha, he died in the Swarga fighting Durjana Rakshasa. Continue, madam.
Atitihi udara purushaha.
Oh, he was a very, very udara purusha, means he was a very kind fellow who was helpful. Yeah, continue.
Saha Pattabhisheka samaye karagrihe stititanam jananam stitanam jananam vimochanam kritavan.
So he, during the Pattabhisheka Samaya, means during the coronation time, at the time of coronation, in the prison, Karagrihe location, right? Saptami Ekavachana. In the prison, Sthitanam, those who were staying, Jananam, such people, of them, Vimochanam, liberation or release, okay? Kritavan, he did. So he released many simple prisoners who were there for minor faults and had served enough term. Yeah, continue.
Panchare stitanam shukanam api vimochanam kritavan.
So at the same time, he decided to release some, the beautiful parrots which had been sillily kept inside the Panjara by people for entertainment. Even today we carry on with this. We defame slavery and all the caste system, everything, but we are okay with keeping animals in cages, right? So such is the poverty of humanity today, that we don't see the wrongness in that. But Atiti, he saw that and he said, look, this is a good time to release those poor birds. But sadly, if you keep them in cages and release them, they don't survive. That's another matter altogether. But we should not use this as the reason to imprison them. That's silly anyway. All right. So he released them. Without going into too much culture, let me move on. I keep going into these deeper aspects, which is not good. Continue, madam.
Tasya parijaneshu prajashu sachiveshu cha ativa adaraha.
Ativa adaraha, correct. So tasya is our Atiti Maharajasya. So Atitehe is the vibhakti in Shashti, but it's easy to say tasya. So of Atiti, parijaneshu. So in the people who are helping him, parijana for a king are the court people, right? The bhattas, the amatyas, the sevakas, everybody becomes the parijana. Okay, praja is the citizen, generic citizen in his rajya. So in them, see saptami bahuvachana, prajasu, amidst the citizens, parijaneshu, amidst the helpers of the court, sachiveshu, amidst the ministers. Cha, so we use the saptami in all this sensing, in them. Okay, ativaha adaraha. He had a extreme affection. Adara means adaraha. Sorry, not adara. Adaraha means affection. Okay, he had a extreme affection towards all of them, in them. So adaraha is like bhakti. Mama, so Rame mama bhakti asti. In Rama, my bhakti is there. Similarly, adara is a feeling he placed. Atiti placed in these people. So that's why they are in Adhikarana position. Okay, continue.
Vivadeshu swayam eva dharmasane upavishati sma.
So he was not just, in the court looking at dances and things like that. He used to take part in resolving any matters of the sabha, like, some vivada between some jamindar and his farmer, etc. Regarding share, etc. Such things, he used to stand in as the judge and provide judgment, which was one of the important things for the king for major vivadas. Yeah, continue, madam.
Uchitam nyaya nirnayam prakatayati sma.
So he would dole out the proper judgment. That's what it means. Okay, continue.
Anrutam tu swapnepi na uktavan.
Oh man, where are these people? So even in his dreams, he did not lie. Actually, I'm thinking in my dream, do I lie? So it's very interesting. And I have to analyze the dreams that I remember to see if I have lied in them. Interesting. Anyway, continue, madam.
Yogiye eva danam kritvan.
He always, this is another very important thing in our thing. Dana is dana only when it is given to a yogya. Dana becomes adana when it's given to an ayogya. Okay, so he followed that principle very much. He would donate in a patra, in a fellow who is deserving of donation. So for example, you can't pick a lazy bum and say, okay, don't worry, don't work, you take this money and leave. That's horrible, right? So that's what is the patra, we call it. Dana has to be in a patra. Patra is not vessel. Patra here is the fellow who is the proper recipient, one who is a correct actor for receiving a dana. That is a yogya. Okay, continue.
Shaurya rahita nitihi prayojanaya na bhavati.
So this is two sentences of a quote. So some subhashita embedded here. Shaurya rahita nitihi prayojanaya na bhavati. So when there is a law and there is no firm support behind that law, which we see in our constitution, right? We have tons of laws, but law is a law only when it is enforceable. So Shaurya Rahita Nitihi is an unenforceable law, unenforceable rule, unenforceable diktat. Okay. Prayojanaya Nabhavati. It is of absolutely no use to have a diktat which is not enforceable. It is actually, this sentence you can take straight as Rajaniti. Beautiful it is. Somebody had a question, Lalita ji? No. Okay. Read the second part, Varya.
Niti rahitam shauryam pashu sheshtavat bhavati. Sheshtavat.
Pashu cheshtavat, but a little bit tongue twister there. So niti rahitam shauryam. So at the same time, you see how this is reversing itself. Beautiful this one is. It's actually a nice subhashita. I don't know whether it's a prasa, but subhashita it is. Niti rahitam shauryam. When you display valor without the law behind it, when like the terrorists do, right? So when your shaurya is without a diktat which is deserving of that shaurya, okay, then it also becomes it is like a pashu chesta. It's like a kapi chesta. More than pashu chesta, I should say kapi chesta. So it is like a act of a silly act. It's like an act of an animal nature. Most animals don't do this anyway. It is the people who do this, but we call it pashu chesta. So I can closest I can take is kapi chesta. So it becomes like kapi chestavat bhavati. Niti rahitam shauryam. We see a lot of this. We see both of these in the world, sadly, today. Anyway, continue, madam.
Atah atiti chakreshwarah nitim shauryam cha yashochitam anusrutavan.
Yathochitam anusrutavan.
Yathochitam.
Atah, therefore, Atiti Chakreshwaraha. Look at the title. So the King of Kings. Okay. So Atiti Chakreshwaraha Nitim Shauryam Cha. So both the laws and the valor he used in the proper sense. He didn't do either of those mistakes. He did not have a niti which had no shaurya behind it, nor did he do a shaurya which had no niti behind it. Beautiful. Okay, how they go hand in hand. Wow. Next.
Saha pratidinam mantribihi saha mantralochanam karoti sma.
Every day with his ministers, he would do the mantralochana, means some kind of a planning for the citizens, whatever needed for the Rajyabhara, etc.
Tatapi mantralochanam guptam bhavati sma.
Another Rajaniti. Okay. Whatever is the mantralochana, it has to be Gupta, right? So he had such a faithful parijana, mantri, amatyas, that whatever Mantralochana he did with them used to remain a Gupta. They would not leak like today. Everything goes to newspaper next day. Even before the Prime Minister understands something, the newspaper is already talking. China is already interpreting all this nonsense, right? So this first thing, actually democracy many times fails because of this. Okay, we may think democracy is ideal rule, but in Mantralochana there has to be Gupta. This was very well understood by our ancient Rajaniti. Okay, so whether you whatever it is, it has to be Gupta as long as it is dharmic. Yeah, continue, madam.
एवं साम दान भेद दण्डैः अतिथिचक्रेश्वरः राज्यं परिपालितवान्.
This Sama, Dana, Beda, Danda, the four ways of getting action done. I see brilliance in this because we understand few of them. One of them we are not able to appreciate. Okay, we think it is culturally inaccurate, but it works. Okay, the real world is like that. So let us see what this Sama, Dana, Beda and Danda. But first let me give the meaning like this. Sama, Dana, Beda and Danda, the four ways. Atithi Chakreshwaraha Dandaihi, with those four methods. Atithi Chakreshwaraha, this our fellow Atithi, Rajyam Paripalitavan, he ruled the kingdom. So Sama, what is Sama in this? Okay, means Sama means agreement. Okay, when you have to get something done by another person, you have a agreement with them. So Samantas are actually the neighborhood countries which have agreement with this country. So with that Sama, the peaceful reign happens. There is no problem for either countries. That fellow is not scheming something against this country. You're also going to help him when he is having difficulty. So this Sama, like a friendly, neighborly way of doing things because mutually beneficial, right? There is no need to give and take there. In Sama, there is no need to give and take. Okay, just both mutually beneficial act we do together. For example, if there is a rock between two neighbors and the rock is not desirable for both the neighbors because the children are tripping on it, they both agree, I cannot myself remove, you cannot yourself remove, let us both get together and remove the rock and place it where it is not hurtful to both of us. Sama, there is no give and take, mutual beneficial. Dana is slightly different. It's another technique of getting things done where you pay money, so the money is beneficial to that fellow and his skill is beneficial to you, so the work gets done. So that is how transaction, this is the capitalist world, is Dana. Okay, so Dana here doesn't necessarily translate to Dana Kriya earlier, right? Dana here for a Karya. Okay, but you can extend to include the normal Dana also, which is a Karuna Dana. Okay, due to Karuna you are giving Dana. There is no expectation. So here there is nothing saying it is not what we call Nishpala Dana. Something is there. Nishkama Dana. Yeah. So it's like, it's not necessarily. It can be a Kama Dana with a desire. Dana with a desire also is fine, as long as it's a give and take barter. Then Bheda is the one more difficult to understand. Let's come to that last. Danda is easy to understand. Sometimes if somebody is making a mistake, if you don't take Danda originally simply means a stick, like the act of hitting. But in deeper sense, it means all kinds of punishment. Okay, even Karagraha Vasa is like a Danda. So there are times when you have to resort to this, hopefully, so that somebody reforms, or at least the threat of the Danda will make somebody not do the wrong thing, right? We understand that, right? Now, Bheda is the one that is being seen as not useful today. Okay, so Bheda actually is when you have to demonstrate a level. Okay, you have to discriminate. It's a very tough word today, discrimination. Sometimes you have to be able to discriminate to get something done. If you don't discriminate, something doesn't get done. Okay, it's like, if the king is a king and a farmer is a farmer, and if you make the farmer sit as the king and king sit as the farmer because there should be no bheda, will work get happen. A king is a yogya for to be a king. He is an ayogya to be a farmer. A farmer is yogya to be a farmer, is an ayogya to be a king. So if you have abheda between them, then neither will the farm prosper nor the country prosper. Okay. So there has to be a bheda because of yogyata. The problem starts when bheda is not only because of yogyata, it is because of other reasons, then bheda becomes bad. But if bheda is done with yogyata in mind, there is no harshness in bhedata. Okay. So this bheda has to be read with that depth. Okay. Now what we do in cheap translation? In cheap translation.
Chaturupaya, famous force may has. This is in famous four also. This is in a famous four Chaturupayaha.
Chaturupayaha. Correct. Techniques. 4 techniques of getting things done.
Techniques to run it.
So, sir, you explained it nicely when we were talking about that 4 this one, no?
Oh, we did that already. Okay, then I am
so
duplicating.
Veda, you said very nicely, which was very cleared my mind, that it is like the boss telling his subordinate to do the work, like, use the authority to get the work done.
Correct. Authority.
Like
correct.
that you told very nicely that I remember.
Very good, sir. Thank you. So I will rest the case. I think it's well understood and you perfectly remembered it. So let's minute. So he ruled it with all these proper methods. Yeah. Continue, madam. Last sentence.
Swargasya Devendraha iva Bhulokasya Chakreshwaraha abhavat.
Oh, like the Swargaloka was ruled by Devendra, the same way our Atiti became the Chakreshwara of Bhuloka, like that. Okay. So it's concluding that aspect. But the actual Avanati, because nothing is wrong with what our Atiti has done. So the Atiti is a great guy, but the problem starts much later than him. So thank you, Senni Varye, for reading that for us. So let me invite Ranjani. Please read the next paragraph, a couple of paragraphs for us.
Yeah. Raghuvamshasya nripaha shaishave vidyam aditavantaha.
So the kings of Raghuvamsha in the young age, they procured. Adhitavantaha means made internalized. Internalizing is called adhita, but adhyayana, reading. So they learned vidyas, all the vidyas. So what are the vidyas? Obviously for the kings, the vidya is twofold: Veda Jnana as a Shastra Jnana, and threefold, you can say: Veda Jnana, Shastra Jnana, and Shastra Jnana. Shastra means Dhanu Vidya, all those things. Okay. So Dhanur Vidya, whatever is for a Kshatriya, that is also Vidya for him. So that,
Shaishave comes from which word, sir?
Shishu.
Oh, in the childhood or boyhood days?
Childhood. Yeah, childhood days. Yeah. Young days.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Continue, madam.
Yauvane sukham anubhutavantaha.
In the young age, that means Shaishava is during childhood. Yauvana is during semi-adult stage. I mean, before adulthood. So that's the teenage, you can call it roughly. Teenage and early adulthood. So Sukham Anubhutavantaha. See, that's when you're having your dharmika life of a grihastha, etc. So that time your grahastya sukhas, you do the anubhojana of those things. Okay. Yeah. Continue, madam.
Vriddhavasthayam vanaprasthashramam svikritavantah.
In the older age, from 50 onwards, vanaprasthashramam svikritavantah. Today it is 60, retirement age. So they accepted the stage of doing shastric study perusals. Yeah.
Kechit nripaha yogena sharira parityagamapi kritavantah.
So some kings, using the yoga techniques, they also moved on from this sharira. They moved on from this, they got mukti from this sharirika jivana. So they rejected their bodies. Yeah.
Ittham Raghuvamshasya nripaha rajyam praja cha yogyena margena paripalitavantaha.
Itham is like this. Okay, Itham is like this. Raghuvamshasya nripaha, the kings of Raghuvamsha, Rajyam, the ruling, the act of ruling, Prajaha, the state and the people. Okay, so this is actually Prajaha is must be a special word because this is in karma position, but still shows Prajaha only, not Prajan. So must be a special word. So it's actually Dvitiya Vibhakti Bahuvachana. So Rajyam Prajaha cha Yogyena Margena Paripalitavantaha. Using proper means they ruled the people and the state. Yeah. So thank you, madam. You can take rest.
Thank you.
Sunanda Prabhu Bagini. Sunanda Prabhu.
Ha,
Couple of paragraphs read off for us. Yeah.
Atiti Chakreshwarat Vimshati Tamaha Sudarshano Nripaha.
So here At means from, no? So separation. Atiti Chakreshwarat. Counting from Atiti Chakreshwara. Counting from Atiti. Vimshati Tamaha. 20th fellow. Okay. Fellow is included in the Tamaha. Okay. Vimshati Tamaha. 20th fellow. Sudarshanaha iti nrupaha. His name was Sudarshana. Okay.
Sudarshanaha Swaputram Agnivarnam Abhishitya Tapaha Kartum Naimisharanyam Gatavan.
This Sudarshana, this 20th king after Atiti Chakravarti, Swaputram Agnivarnam, his own son Agnivarna, his name was Agnivarna, Abhishitya, having made him the king. Abhisheka means, that water dropping aspect to anoint him as the king. So having anointed Agnivarna as the king, Abhishitya, Tapaha Kartum, to do tapa, okay, Naimisharanyam Gatavan. He went to the specific forest called Naimisharanya. Continue.
Agnivarnaha Raghukule Nikrishtaha Nripaha.
This Agnivarna, in the Raghukula, he was the worst king. Nikrishtaha means the worst. Okay. Continue.
Tam drashtum yada janaha agataha tada saha bahihi padadvayam pradarshitavan.
You see, it's a Rajaniti to not expose his feet. Okay. So this fellow was such a Durjana, this Agnivarna, though he was a Raghu king, he had no respect for mannerisms. Okay. So when people came to see him, he would show his feet. That means, for example, this culture is very much there in India, right? Suppose sometimes you put your feet up on some stool and you're sitting relaxing alone, fine. As a king, you do that. As an ordinary citizen, we also do that. But when an elder or anybody of any jana of the kingdom, when somebody comes in, you don't continue sitting like that. Some people, of course, keep doing that here in India. But if you sit like that, that is like horrible, right? It's considered as the meanest thing. So even the king, though he was a king, he was bound with such laws where he should not. So ideally, it's not as if he has to suddenly rush, put his feet down and all that. What would happen? Some sevaka would come, tell him, look, somebody has come to see you. Then he will say, please let him in. And before that guy comes, he would do the act to sit properly so that he is presentable and not showing any disrespect to the person who comes in. Nobody is asking him to hurriedly put his feet down and etc. Somebody won't barge in like in a normal loka. So there was a paddhati, there was a maryada involved in all these beautiful processes, which is highly appreciated because body language is more important than spoken language. So he did not have even that kind of basic sense. Yeah. Then continue, madam.
Sada Kamasaktah.
He was always filled with lust. Okay.
Antah Pure Sarvam Ayuhu Yapitavan.
Now I will tell you how to read a visarga when it is in the middle of the word. When it is in the middle of the word, don't give the akara extension. Okay. For example, janaha, we do h, a. South Indians especially, we don't read it as janah, we read it as janaha. That is fine there. That is an accepted extension of the akara after the visarga, ikara, whatever kara. Okay. But here, when we come to antahpure, don't do the a extension. Okay. Don't read it as antahpure. Okay. Read it as antahpure. Okay. Kill the akara before the visarga. Visarga, you end in a kind of a halant visarga, like that. Antahpure. Okay. Antahpure is the correct way to read it. Okay. Anyway, I'm just giving you voice guidance because wherever I see, I should correct it. Antahpure, in the interiors of his palace. Okay. Sarvam ayuhu yapitavan. That means in his in the company of his queens and others, he spent his life. Yeah.
Tataha Kshayarogena Piditaha Abhavat.
Obviously, he got troubled by Kshayaroga. Kshayaroga is when his body declines. Yeah.
Yavane eva rogat mritaha.
So he died in his young age itself.
Marana samaye tasya patni garbini asit.
At the time of his death, his Rani, his main Rani, she was a garbini. She was carrying a child. Continue.
Ataha sachivaha garbastha shishoho eva abhishekam kritavantaha.
Because there has to be a titled king, the Amatyas, the Sachivas, they nominated the unborn child itself as the king. Hopefully, it was a male child that was there. Anyway, let us not wonder about that. Continue, madam.
Tataha Rajni eva Sachivanam Sahayena Prajapalanam Kritavati.
But this Ragni, or the same Patni who was the Garbini, she was not like, the Agnivarna's quality. She was a proper Kshatriya lady. So she herself, with the help of the Amatyas, with the help of the Sachivas, okay, she did the ruling. She was fine. So we now know that there was even a Raghuvamsha queen who ruled for a while. Okay, so that's where it stops here at this time. Okay, so obviously, the decline is not been further mentioned, but pretty much the decline happens with Agnivarna. But anyway, they give a sweet ending. There is a queen who continues the legacy for a while at least. We don't know what happens about that Garbhastha Shishu, all that story. We have to go back to Raghuvamsha, refer to Kalidasa to see if he has more story emerging there. So with the 10th lesson, at least Sanskrit Bharati has laid to rest the story line for us. Little bit it is open-ended, so we should hopefully read the story. So with that, I think we have overrun our slot. So let us do these quick answers and then conclude this session today, and afternoon try to rush through the balance stories of this 10th lesson. Atitihi, thank you madam, thanks for reading it for us. Etesham utram likhata. Atitihi pattabhisheka samaye kim kritavan? Let me ask Priya Srinivasan, can you answer? Priya Srinivasan.
Atitihi pattabhisheke samaye कारागृहे उपस्थिताः जनाः
विमोचनं कृतवान् कारागृहात् तान् विमुक्तवान्, something like that. Okay, very good, very good. One. What was the other one he did one more act.
पिञ्जरे स्थिताः शुकाः अपि च विमोचनं कृतवान्.
Pinjara, no? Panjara. Okay. Panjare sthitanam shukanam api vimochanam kritavan. Okay. Well done. What is the question?
Question here in this. Why do we say when we had Kara Gruhe in the Saptami Vibhakti? Why should we not say Kara Gruhe Sthite Jananam Vimochanam Kritavan? Why do we have to say Kara?
Because sthitanam is a adjective to jana.
Okay.
Okay. Karagriha is a adhikarana, so it is in Saptami. And sthitanam is not an adjective to adhikarana. It is an adjective to jananam, of those people. Okay. Got it? That's why it is in that vibhakti.
Okay.
Ramasya Ramayoho Ramanam, Janasya Janayoho Jananam, and Tesham Jananam, that means Sthitanam Jananam. Kutra Sthitanam, Karagrihe Sthitanam Jananam. Got it?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. So, Kidrishi Nitihi, you can mute. Meenakshi Varya, you can unmute. Kidrishi Nitihi Prayojanaya Nabhavati.
शौर्यरहिता नीतिः प्रयोजनाय न भवति.
Perfect. Shaurya Rahita Nitihi. You can put it as one samistapada, or you can say Shaurya Rahita Nitihi is a strilinga pada. So Shaurya Rahita Nitihi. Prayojanaya na bhavati. Perfect answer. You get full marks. Thank you, Meenakshi Varya. So let's invite Rajaraman Varya. Raghuvamshasya nripaha shaishave kim kritavantaha? In your own words, sir. Don't worry about mistakes.
Raghuvamsha nripaha saurye vidhanam adhivantaha.
Vidyam adhitavantaha. Correct. So Raghuvamshasya nripaha shaishave, during their shaishava, during their young, very young days, vidya adhitavantaha. Correct. Okay, very good. So thank you very much. So yeah, Papiya ji, your turn. Sudarshanasya putraha kaha?
Sudarshanasya putraha Agnivarnaha.
Perfect. Sudarshanaha atiti maharajat vimshatitamaha rajaha asit tasya putraha eva Agnivarnaha. So Sudarshanasya putraha Agnivarnaha asit. So remember that Sudarshana was the 20th king after Atiti, and so 21st was this stupid fellow Agnivarna.
Agnivarna.
Okay. All right. So have a nice lunch break, dinner break, and gather back at 3 so that we can do Bidai to the 10th lesson. We continue with Anvaya Krama and try to as fast as possible get to the closure. Okay. So thank you very much.
Sir, just one doubt, small one.
Yes.
Page 229 is there in the book, no?
I have to open the book 1 minute. 229.
No, it's the question papers they have given.
229. Yeah. Very good, madam.
That is, give the meaning of apaga. I didn't get that. Others I got. Only the meaning of apaga. River.
River. See, apaga, apa, is water. Apa is water, right? Ga means something that moves. So where water moves, apaga, like that. Okay. The name is given to a river almost as if water flow. River is titled as water flow using apaga.
Okay. Sure.
Good. I'm trying to still look for that word. Right. Dauhitri, Apaga, Shmashru, Sukaraha, Haimika, Prativeshi Rajyam. Prativeshi Rajyam we just studied today. Neighborhood state. Yeah, neighborhood state. Haimika is snowball maybe.
Snowball.
Oh, snow. Face snow.
Snow.
Anyway, all right, guys. So have a nice lunch.
Sir, one question, sir. Sir, in this February question paper, it was about Shruyapam.
So I just wanted to know, Shruyatam is Karmani Prayog Lot Lakar, right?
Correct. Correct. Shrunotu is Karmani form.
But in the answer yesterday, I just went through.
Hold on. Shruyatam, whether it is Karmani, Shruyatam is not Karmani, it's Kartari only. It is it's Vidhiling, the one of the links. Yeah.
Shunuyat.
See,
Shunuyat.
Shrunuyat, Shrunuyatam, Shrunuyuh. Correct. Yeah. Shruyatam is like lot lakara. Not Karmani, but lot lakara. So it's similar to Shrunotu sense.
Shruyate, Shruyatam.
Something like that. Yeah.
Shrunoti, Shruyate, Shruyatam.
Shrunotu must be. Shrunotu. Shrunute.
No, sir.
Is it there in the table? Is it there? Just let's look at one verb table and understand. See, kurutam, lot lakara. Let me take lot lakara atmanepadi form. Okay. It is a lot atmanepadi. Okay. So kurutam, similar to that is shruyatam, like that. Okay. Lot lakara, pratama purusha ekavachana. Look at page 204. Okay. You will see lot of kru dhatu is kurutam, like that. 204 in the middle you see lot lakara kurutam, kurvatam, kurvatam, similar to that I think. Or you can even go to any other dhatu and get that sense. Vidyatam, vidyetam, vidyantam, 200 page lot lakara of vid dhatu. Okay. That's also similar. Vidyatam, vidyetam. Shru dhatu is not there in this table maybe. If it is there, then you get direct answer. But you can always go to ashtadhyayi.com, go to dhatu section and look for the dhatu that you are looking and you will get the forms to check, cross check something. Okay. You can do that.
Okay.
All right, guys.
So Shru is there in the table in 214. Shrunoti is there.
Oh, it is there, huh? Oh, okay.
Shruyata, Shrutaha, Shruyata, Shrunuyat, Shruyet.
It is given there. Correct. Shruyatam.
So, in the answer yesterday, I just went through the answer. It was given Vidhiling, but it is Shruyatam is lot lakara karmani prayoga, right?
Seems so. If I take some known dhatu like pachyatam, yeah, correct.
So,
Pachyatam, correct. I don't know why so. Sometimes mistakes happen, madam. Huh?
I had confusion. I just wanted to clarify. That is why it's
no, at
not
least
that
it is lot lakara. That is clear. That is clear.
Yeah.
But
I just wanted
karmani may be the sense. Karmani may be the sense because you listen like that. I don't know why it is actually karmani is less appreciable by me. It seems to be lot for sure, but why you are saying it is karmani is not clear to me. That's all.
becomes Shruyatam when it becomes lot.
Okay, madam. Huh? Thank you.
Yeah. And Vande Amba, is it Purva Rupa Sandhi?
It is Sambodhana. Sambodhana. Amba. Sambodhana.
Nice.
Hey Amba, full stop. Okay. Aham Vande. I bow to you. Like that.
Yeah.
Amba
while
is
doing Sandhikarya, sir, while doing Sandhikarya, Vande Amba, is it Purva Rupa Sandhi?
Yes, correct. Because akara can be elided into the avagraha chinha. Okay. And Vande is not having any sandhi conversion. It is simply in the neighborhood. Remember, Purva Rupa Sandhi is for the akara. Vande is not having any sandhi. It remains Vande.
Okay. Correct. Actually, I saw in the answer it was written Yanta Vanta, so I was confused.
Mistakes are there. The book is not complete perfect. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Just confirmation.
And even my slides have mistakes. So we need to.
मेरे को confusion हो रहा था. I just wanted to clarify.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, madam. Namaste.
Thank you.
धन्यवादः
धन्यवादः महोदय.
धन्यवादाः.